everyone. Gina coming to you live from the Hive in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and welcome. Today is Wednesday, 9/11, a very momentous day in history that we will all remember. So our hearts go out to all of those who have endured and moved on from there. But today is Technique Wednesday, and I have so much inky fun for you guys today, and I am so excited to be here because I have so much to share with you today. So let me make sure I am where I'm supposed to be. When you guys pop on, say hello, tell me where you're coming from. I have to make sure I'm muted so you guys don't hear me and I can watch you guys. Good morning, Karen. Mary coming from Kansas City. Lot going on. I think I'm having a hot flash. I was running around here trying to get things set up. I brought a lot of things today. Good morning, Mary. Welcome. Gosh, I have so much. I'm so excited to be here today. So I'm a little scatterbrained, but yesterday I got a package in the mail, and how exciting. It was filled with scrapbook stuff. So I'm very excited to show you guys that. And I know a lot of you are saying, but I don't scrapbook. And that's okay. We're gonna do so much more with these kits than just scrapbook. Moving forward, good morning, Fonda. I plan to not make the kits as they come. I'm going to make them different. I'm going to do alternative scrapbook pages, and we'll be making cards with the kits because you guys are going to want these kits for your cards too, because it's going to be really great. And so I'm going to do something different with those, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to show you all, actually I'll show you my scrapbook page while I have it here. And then so this month's scrapbook page, I believe the class is the 25th. Yes, because next week is the fall escape already. Oh my goodness. So here is the fall scrapbook layout. I love these colors. They're bold, regal, as we would call them, very fall-like. And for all my purple lovers out there, here's some purple for you. So, and I'll show you a cool way to make this pumpkin. So anyways, this is this month's scrapbook page, September scrapbook page. The cost is $24 plus $6 for shipping. You have until next week. Let's see, we'll do next week, the 20th, to RSVP for this class. And hopefully I can get the kits cut and shipped before class. That is my goal. I've been working really, really hard at things and trying to change up how I do things, especially now that my kids are back in school. And for those of you who have been following, we had another family, my husband's best friend from high school and his family also moved in with us in August. So it's been a lot of craziness, and I'm trying to, and I know I've been probably saying this for the whole year, but I really am trying to find a way to make everything work. And, you know, things are always evolving and things are always changing, and with the kids and things like that. So my schedule has to be flexible, and I'll admit I've been terrible with tutorials. We won't even go there, but I did already start writing these tutorials, so I'm a little bit farther on that than normal. So anyways, you have until next week, the 20th, to order these kits. In my setting up, I realized I did not bring the Morning Create cards, so I had a lot to bring today, so I don't have those here, but this is what's coming up next. So let's talk about the scrapbook classes, or the scrapbook stuff that arrived at my door yesterday. So, oh my gosh, I'm so excited I tear the box open here. So we have 3 new stamp sets, and they're big stamp sets. I love. So this goes with the reindeer set, and So you have a lot of different stains, but like this fa la 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 is a nice long, but it would still fit on a card. All of this would still fit. Festive Memories could still fit on a card if you did, you know, all of these stamps still work on a card. So, and then we have Snow Day, which is a snowman / penguin set, and I'll show you guys that stuff as we go along. So we have Wonderland, What Fun, Better Together, Snow Day, Magical Moments, Burr. All of these things, even though they're big sentiments, they still work for a card. So I don't know if you guys can see how big they are, but they are, let me see. It's a Snow Day. What Fun. What Fun. So What Fun is actually a little bit bigger than what's on the front of this. And then, oh my goodness, I am so excited about this Halloween set. So we have Trick or Treat, Spooky Fun, all sorts of fun Halloween-y type sayings. And then I'm going to work backwards. I know I packed this box before I came. Now, one thing I'm going to show you guys is the kit papers are slightly different than what comes in the paper packs. So we're going to show you that. So here's the stickers. And once again, these stickers aren't just for scrapbooking. These are for cards or any paper crafting, 3D items, whichever. So these could be easy, you know, paper strips, cut them down. They're nice and thick. That's what I really like about them. They're thick. They're not thin. So you have all of these. So this is part of the Reindeer Days Suite. And here is the coordinating paper that goes with this. So this is in the annual catalog, this pack right here. So we have all of these really cool patterns. Okay. And then here is our two-toned cardstock. So what you're gonna see, I don't know if you guys can tell, but you're gonna have a full strength of Real Red here, and this would be like a stamped off version. So we have this stamped off and this full strength, so front and back. So this cardstock is gonna be a great addition to your card making. So this pack has Real Red. It looks like pecan pie, granny apple green. So you can see there's just a little bit of difference, not a lot, but a little bit. And garden green and a little bit of espresso in this paper pack. Now, Stampin' Up! Will be, and it won't be for a while, we're looking at probably next spring in the new annual catalog that they will introduce all of the Stampin' Up! Colors in the two-toned. And not only do you have the two-toned, one on each side, you also have, when you tear it, it's going to show a white edge in there. So you'll have that too. Now, Reindeer Memories Kit. So it comes like this. In here you have instructions. Now I will make note before, in case I forget, the Halloween, there was something, an error in the Halloween set. So that will change a little bit. So it gives you instructions for 2, 4, 6 pages to create, okay? And in this kit, so you have the instructions, and then so you have full, nice, in color. Look at these directions. They're great. Like I said, I will be doing alternatives. You guys can buy these kits as is and make them the way you want, but I will be showing alternatives. Then our DSP, and I just want to show you how the DSP is different in the kit versus the DSP pack. So this is the reindeer paper in the regular pack, and this is from the kit. And on the other side, you have these really pretty Christmas lights. And I believe we have Christmas lights in here, but it's different. Oh no, we don't have Christmas lights in this one. So no Christmas, oh yeah, Nope, it's the same. Oh, okay, hold on guys. So this paper is actually lighter. That's why it looks different. This paper is lighter, so that's the same. Then we have these bells with snowflakes on the back. So we'll see if we have bells here, but they're in white. So we have tone-on-tone bells, and then it has the snowy background. And this is just a plain snowy background. So you have that. We have these really pretty Christmas trees with a beautiful plaid and pecan, it looks like. That is not in this kit. So that's a different paper. So you're getting way more paper that all coordinates together in all of these kits. So it's super cool. And then you have some red or pool party in white striped along, and we don't have, this was the tree paper in this kit, and this is the tree paper in this kit. So they all coordinate so well together. And then we have some red and white polka dots. And you have your card bases. Then it also comes, now some of this may be a little big for a card, like this Christmas cheer or enjoy this season, but you could definitely put these other elements on a card. So if you wanted it for the DSP and this extra cardstock, you could definitely do that. So it comes with garden green, granny apples, some red, and then they also have willow white is their new. And let me see if I can pull out. So I compared willow white with Stampin' Up! White, and they are different. You can definitely see there is a difference. I feel like the Stampin' Up! White is a little bit brighter. I don't know if you guys can tell that on the camera, but it just seems a little bit brighter. They're definitely different. But it's hard to quite say what the difference is, okay? And then, so you got a bunch of those. And then we got Pool Party. And it looks like a piece of vanilla. And the sticker sheet. So you can buy the paper pack with the sticker sheet, or you can get the whole kit. So you've got the same sticker sheet. Here's some almost like cardstock dies, so it looks like you can make the word joy, and this looks like a house. And then they have these cool placeholders, which will save me from, you know, I use computer paper for mine, and I always end up throwing them away instead of keeping them. So now I'll have some placeholders to mark what type of photos, and that'll show up in the pictures a little bit better. So anyway, so that is the whole Christmas kit for the reindeer fun. So who is excited about these kits? I am very excited. Lots of ideas came to me. I think I will make this my weekend class that I do once a month. We'll take one of these kits and we will make all sorts of fun things with this. Christine and I talked how we could do things a little bit different so that you feel like you could get a little bit more with this. And so I'm still working out the pricing and what'll all be included, but lots of fun stuff coming your way. I'm making a huge mess over here. Okay, so the next one we have is Snow Days. Comes with this fun sticker sheet. Like I said, all these elements can be used on a card. Here is the kit. Here's the paper that goes out of the catalog that you can order with the sticker sheet. So we got houses, stripes, hollies, some cute orange pumpkins. I'm pretty excited about that. Plaid, snowflakes. These are the dies. So the dies that come with this set, cut this out. So that'll make really easy. Once again, some more two-tone cardstock. So it looks like we got a variety of colors in here. And here is our kit. Now I haven't spent much time I pulled it out just a quick peek at it yesterday, but there's different prices for all of these kits. So I'm unsure of what's all included. Once again, or I should say what's different from kit to kit, but you get some nice printed, colored instructions. Pretty pool party, which was not in the other pack. A nice green. Different hollies and stripes that was not in the other pack. Candy canes was in the last one with this house. And the blue snowflakes with this was in the previous kit. Then we have our sticker sheet that I just showed you. Looks like some white, some pool party, wondered if this had place. Oh, here we go. This one didn't have any die cuts with it, I don't think. But there's our little photo things. Let's see. And our sticker sheet. And I think, as I'm flopping through this, yeah, that looks like that's it for this kit. And we have two other kits. Now, I did not get the fall kit because I knew I already had my layout designed and stuff. So I did not get that kit, but we have some beautiful autumn DSP and the two-tone cardstock. Vonda, you're excited? I am too. This is gonna add, this is a whole new, like, think of this as a whole new line for all of our Stampin' Up! Stuff. And it's, like I said, it's not just scrapbooking. So it looks like we have petal pink, pecan pie, some old olive, mossy meadow, espresso, Cajun craze. And oh, this is you can buy a pack of the white willow. So you can get a full pack of this. You get 12 sheets in this. And then here is some really cute DSP for fall. And there is a sticker sheet that you can order with the paper. So I did get the sticker sheet. So lots of great things. This autumn would be really pretty that I could add to the layout, or leaves abound from all around. Really cute. And so our paper has these cute little animals on it. We have some Cajun craze with the little kind of like branches on the back, some trees, the green back here, some espresso, some more trees, some more animals. Mary, you're wondering if the two-tone will replace the current. I don't think so. I've not heard that it will replace it. And this cardstock is different than our regular cardstock. This is actually printed on versus I think our original cardstock is dyed all the way through. And with it being printed, that's where you get the white core on the inside. So I don't think Stampin' Up! Is replacing it. The two-tone paper is thinner than regular cardstock. It's a little bit, I want to say it's more like DSP thickness, not cardstock thickness. But I could be wrong, or it could be a little bit thicker than the DSP. But just from feeling it, it feels more like DSP thickness versus our traditional cardstock thickness. So I hope that answers your question. But we have not gotten any details on that as far as whether they'll be completely replacing it, which I really don't think so. But we will see what happens. So our final kit here is the Halloween kit, and it is so cool. And here we go. So in our online store was this, I gotta flip you guys around, the set, Potions and Spells, and it comes with a die set. Well, they came out with coordinating DSP to go with it. Ah, so exciting. Okay, I don't know where to start. I'm so excited. This is super cute. So here we have stickers that have little bats on it. You got a web, all these little sayings that you could put on a card or in your scrapbook. So spooky. You cast a spell on me. Oh my goodness, super, super cute. And the Halloween pack has, looks like Pool Party, Gorgeous Grape, Granny Apple Green or Lemon Lime, black, and it has like a charcoal on the other side. So you can really tell on the black the two-tone difference. It's really, there's quite a bit of difference. And even with the orange here, the pumpkin pie. So there is color difference. So that's very exciting. And then check out the DSP here. I didn't open it. What? Maybe I assumed it was just like the kit. So we shall see. Sorry, this is gonna be a long video today, guys. The techniques that I have for you, oh, we are getting inky. So we're gonna be here a little bit today. So here is our DSP. Look at this, isn't it pretty? Oh my goodness, the backside is stripes. Oh, some cool black, purple, bubbles that coordinate with the stamps. Mary Carls, you're watching from the mountains of color. Oh my goodness, I bet it's gorgeous. So really pretty. And then, here's the kit. And like I said, then we have stamp sets that coordinate with all this. So look at all of these cool stamps, right? Janelle, you're watching from work again. I hope you're as excited as I am, Janelle, because we're gonna have some fun with these scrapbook layouts. Okay, instructions once again. There's photo holders in here, and we have this cool paper that has a smoky slate, spider webs on it, like graphene paper almost, which will be fun with this cool black border. The books, and the books are a stamp set, and I did look to see, I'm guessing not because these books look bigger, but I thought maybe the dies would work for that, but they probably don't. But my husband also said, the first thing he said when he saw this paper is that the books look like candles. So if you have someone who has an October birthday, these are like, you know, the sparkles that come up from the candles here, and then these are the candlesticks. That's what he saw when he saw this paper. The stripes again. Bubbles. Ooh, look at this black and white. I love black and white paper because you can color it too. So we have the pumpkin pie, the black, Granny Green, Gorgeous Grape, Pool Party, and what else do we have? Some Whisper White, and it looks like sticker sheet, which I showed you, and that's all in this kit. Okay, so these are our 4 kits. So it's to find all this, and you know what the cost is, and that Stampin' Up! Did not publish a catalog or anything like that, or a printed catalog for us. If you want information on these kits and these products, there is an online source. You can go online and look at things that way, or I did post a link on my Facebook page that has the link to the catalog, or the brochure. I shouldn't call it a catalog. It's a brochure for just the stamp or the scrapbook items. So that is how you can see those items. They're either online, and that's the only way to view them. They did not make a paper copy for us. I did print a copy out, but that would be something that you would have to do at home if you wanted one. Oh, let's see. It is September. So for those of you who don't know, Obviously, Gina Bulow. So if you're new to me, Facebook, go to my Facebook page, Glitter and Ink with Gina. Like and follow me there. That is where you will find updates. That's where you'll find news. That is the place that I will update the most. Christine does not update if I have to change the time for a class or things like that. That is all found on my Facebook page. So go there, like and follow me there. If you ever have questions, you can message me on Facebook or email me at ginalbulow@gmail.com. So that's where you guys can reach me. So who's ready for some stamping? It's now time to stamp, and I have some really fun techniques for you guys today. And I'm going to make a mess, I promise you. So our first card we are going to do today, we're using Changing Leaves. This is the set we are using, and they also have dies. I didn't bring the whole die set, I only brought one of them, so we'll get back to that. I'll show you one of the dies. This is the card we are making today, and we're doing different techniques. So this one we are just die cutting. We have these die cut out already in our kit, and we're going to color them with our blending brushes. It's a real simple technique. I basically just wanted to show you guys how to use this set in multiple different ways. So we have our card base, crumb cake. Put all my pieces over here today. So we have our crumb cake base, traditional base. We have our vanilla for the inside. We have our vanilla strip. We have 2 strips of Lost Lagoon. And I did not know that this paper was still available. We have 2 metallic papers. Now I'm not going to think of what it is called. One is the copper with pecan pie and copper with, I believe, pretty peacock. Then we have one, it came out with the desert, flowering desert, I believe. And I did not realize until I was looking through the online store that this paper was still available. So this is a metallic, I would say Lost Lagoon with Pool Party and copper. And then the other sheet in the pack is with Calypso Coral and copper. And I believe maybe a little bit of Cajun Craze. So that pack is still available to get. So I was super excited. I thought it coordinated really, really well. And so I cut the leaves out in the blue and these strips in the blue. And then this little piece here is the other piece where it has the Calypso Coral and Cajun Craze in it. So we have our piece of vanilla here that we've already embossed. We ran it through the embossing folder already. And I am just going to attach these strips of Lost Lagoon to my 2 sides. And I want a thinner strip of this and more of the metallic showing. I think I hear a kitty cat in here. I do. He found the window and is perched watching probably for squirrels and chipmunks, hoping they'll come play with him. Then we're going to adhere the foil strips or metallic strips like this. And like I said, I am leaving a bit of a bigger border and not sticking my fingers in the glue on both ends of this metallic paper. So this is a really simple card. The other ones are going to be a little bit more work, but I promise you they're all gorgeous. Okay, and then I have a little bit peeking through on the bottom, so I'm just going to bring my shears in. Okay, now this piece I will pop up. I got glue on my fingers. My fingers are all sticky. Now, you could, if you wanted to, put this all the way to one end, or you could put it in the center, or you could off-center it. Completely up to you. Now we'll bring in some scratch paper here. I'm using Lost Lagoon. And Calypso Coral. We're going to take this piece that we've embossed and die cut already and bring in our blending brushes. And I'm just going to make sure I don't wash my blending brushes. I tend to stick with a color family. Like I'll brush for oranges, one for yellows, things like that. So, and I've been doing a little bit, I should say I've been doing a lot of it lately. So I probably have quite a bit on my brush. So I dipped it into the Calypso Coral, and I'm just going to randomly brush this on in random spots. Maybe make it a little bit more intense in others. And then I will bring in Lost Lagoon and do the same thing. Some spots light, some spots dark. And I'm trying not to blend the colors too much, because these two colors mixed together, you probably get a little bit of a muddy color. Okay, so just lightly we added some color. I have Unbound Love that I brought in, and I'm going to use just for you. We're going to bring in Crumb Cake and stamp our sentiment. So what has everybody been working on at home? Have you guys been stamping, scrapbooking? Who's working on Christmas stuff? Anyone working on Christmas stuff? I am in the middle of Christmas. For the escape, I chose Peaceful Evergreens to be the set that I use for a display. So you will find me doing that. So I've been working hard on that. And we're going to bring our large, we're going to bring this large leaf stamp in. Now, one thing I will tell you, with these large stamps, especially photopolymer, they can really stick to your your blocks. So be really careful when using these and tearing them up, because I ripped my stamp. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's fine, it's still usable and all that, but just be really careful because you can tear your stamp. Oh, you're working on flip calendars for gifts. That is a perfect gift and a great, like, if you have an office party and you guys do a little stocking stuffer gift exchange. I mean, who can't use a calendar? I could use a calendar everywhere I go. So I'm going to stamp off, and I'm just going to put a little bit here. In the top corner. And I'm going to use Happy Birthday. And crumb tape. I'm going to tuck that in the leaves a little bit. So like that. A really pretty font. I like the font on this. Okay, so now we're ready for a little bit of assembly. I'll clean up my mess just a little bit here. It's hard to believe. I'm a hairstylist. That's my other full-time job, and it's hard to believe when booking people for their appointments. Christmas is only, 12, 13, 14 weeks away. It's hard to believe that it is that close already. And we'll be singing Jingle Bells all the time. Good morning, Joanne. Okay, so let me bring my card back in, and we'll adhere our inside of our card. The other thing I loved about this card is that it's totally different color combination, not necessarily a color combination that you would think of, you think your traditional pumpkin pie and cherry cobbler and Cajun craze, and this brings in Lost Lagoon and Calypso Coral, which you think of as more springy, but they really work well with this card. Okay, then I will bring in my tear tape. Once I find the end of it, oh my goodness, here we go. And we're going to add a little bit of linen thread. I'm just going to weave it back and forth. Speaking of the escape, and I'm still creating and stuff like that, Chris always, and I'll be a presenter also. So I am looking for an idea of something that you guys would like to see demonstrated. Chris gets responses from you guys that do put a response on there when you RSVP for the event, but a lot of it's more like fun folds and samplers, kind of basic. I would like to know, is there a fun fold or a book or something that's completely different, a specific fun fold, or like I said, something more specific or a very specific technique that you would like to see. So I would love to get everyone's feedback on that, because I would like to know what you would like to learn. What I like to do might be different from what you like to do, and sometimes you get in a rut doing the same things over and over again. So I would really like to see, some feedback on what you guys would really like to see presented for the escape, and it'll probably be something that I incorporate into one of my classes maybe down the road. But so I'm kind of stuck on that right now. I don't know what to do for my demonstration, and Chris and I have kind of talked back and forth about it, and she's kind of like, I don't know, you know. So if you guys have some ideas, let me know. Comment here or comment when I put this on Facebook, okay? So we've got our label and we have our little circle here. So this is just a piece of Lost Lagoon, and I'm going to put that right there in the center. Karen, you're working on, ooh, you have the Nest of Wintersweet display that you and Julie are doing together. Oh, I'm so excited to see what you ladies come up with. So we'll center that on here, and then I will pop this up with some more dimensionals. Actually, we're gonna put our big leaf on first. I have dimensionals, I feel like, all over my house. I have vacuumed and vacuumed, and I feel like they just keep following. Or I'm just making more every time I stamp, and, you know. So we'll just put this kind of in the center. We'll put dimensionals on our label. How many of you here are going to the escape? Anybody? Anybody? I will be. Karen, I'm sure, will be there along with Julie. Who else on here is attending that I'll get to see? Mary Lemke, are you going to be here? I assume you're going to be here. So I'll just use a glue dot. I'm going to tuck these leaves. Like that. And then we have this little branch piece. Karen, when are you going to be here? Which day are you here? I should probably double check with Christine. I'm pretty sure I'm here Friday, but I should double check. That's what I put, but sometimes she moves me around, so I never know. So, okay, here is our first card, and we will bring in some of these really pretty, there's Petal Pink and Pretty Peacock Gems. We're going to be here Thursday. Okay. I'm going to use Peacock on these ones just because. Put one down here. Okay, so this one uses the Petal Pink, and this one uses the Pretty Peacock Gems. So either one works for this set. Really pretty, soft. So card number 1, we have finished. Put my stuff to the side here, since I'm making a big mess today. All right, we're gonna get inky. All right, next card will be doing some watercoloring. And this one is gonna be really easy. You get a really cool watercolored look without all the hard work of watercoloring, okay? Actually, watercoloring really isn't hard, but so here we go. We have, this is a big die here, and it goes with the embossing folder, okay? And it cuts out these 3 leaves. Now there's labels and some other leaves in the die set, but this big one cuts out these 3 and it also embosses them in the embossing folder. So how this works is you lay, oops. Oh goodness, I forgot something, but we'll make it work. If it fits in there nice and snug, you'll lay your paper down and then close it up like so. But first, we're gonna do something else. You need the large block the F block, really large block. So we're gonna stamp this whole image together, or most of it. We might not have the whole stem, but that's how we do it. So what I did here, how does this go? This goes like this in the, I'm gonna take a pen here and I am going to outline this die. So I'm just tracing the outside. You guys, I probably should have done it on a plain piece of paper. But you can see I trace the outline of the die, okay? Then we're going to bring in our stamps. Carefully remove them from your block. And I'm going to lay them. Oh, I gotta trace it the other way. Sorry, guys. I knew I was doing something wrong. So your stamp goes down like that, right? I'm gonna trace it again. Ooh, I got so excited. Okay, so we have our outline, and now I'm going to take my stamps and set them in as if I had, so that I can die cut these and ink them up all at the same time. Okay, so we have them placed on here. Now, this is the easier part. You're gonna take your block on here and set it down. So now you have one big stamped up, or one big stamp on your block. So you can stamp all of these at the same time. And we are going to bring in, we have Cajun Craze, crushed curry, fresh curry and old olive. So I'm going to do, because these are big enough, I'm able to ink them up individually. So I'm just going to ink these up. Being careful not to get on the other stamps. And we're going to be stamping onto a piece of watercolor paper. Now my ink pads are pretty juicy, so I don't need to huff on them, but if you have drier ink pads, you might want to do a little huffing. So I'm just going to stamp this. And remember to press firmly with this, just because you are on watercolored paper. Watercolored paper has texture to it. And then what we're going to do is take our aqua painter and go right over the top of these. So you still get the detail, but with a watercolor look to them. You could also do this with your Watercolor pen also. And make sure that you wipe your pen off going from card to, or from leaf to leaf, so that you don't transfer your color. But in this case, it probably wouldn't be too bad. You'd have a really nice fall look to it. Now, I did not do this with this technique today, but you could just use blends and color in spots of it too, especially with this stamp. And as you can see, I had water in my brush already, so you don't want a lot of water to do this, or you'll lose a lot of your design in it. We're just going over lightly and filling it in. So there we go. Really easy technique. Okay. Now we'll bring in our Big Shot. And I forgot the clear plate, so I need to go grab that. And I do have naughty kitties. Oh my goodness. Janet had brought me some cabbage, and the kitties were getting into it. And I just saw I have one cat there being a little stinker and eating it. Okay, so I'm going to cut away some of this excess. Bring in our machine here. Okay, so we're going to put I have to stand up to do this apparently. I can't see that well. Okay. That's such a nice brand new pad there. Okay, so now we have our pieces die cut. And definitely, if you didn't want the white edges, you could go through and color the white edges too. Okay, so now we have our pieces. We can bring in the rest of our card. Then we have a piece of vanilla embossed and a piece of Cajun Craze. They're going to get layered together. And it wouldn't be a fall card, right, without some wood DSP. Oh, Karen, you don't have this set yet? It's on back order when you ordered it? Oh, yeah, fall is my favorite season, too. I could do fall cards all year long. I love the colors. Yeah, wait till you start playing with it, Karen. You're going to be in trouble. When is it back in stock, do you know? Okay. Put all this aside. We're going to bring in our label. A vanilla label, and we're going to put on there, "You are amazing in every single way." And it fits perfect with this label. This week, yay! Just in time for fall. And then we are going to do what I do on the inside here. Oh. Let me clean this off. We're going to take our little maple leaf here. I'm going to bring in my crushed curry. Ink up our leaf. We're going to stamp off twice. I'm just going to lightly have a leaf in here. So just a real light leaf. And we'll bring that happy birthday in again that we used before. And stamp directly over the top of it in our espresso. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so we can glue this to the inside. Like so. Then we're gonna, once again, put some twine on our label. So we'll bring in a piece here. Oops. Does anyone make Halloween cards? Do you guys like to make Halloween cards or more just fall? So I wrapped it around my finger, an end and end on each side. And then once I do that, I take and I twist it. And lay it on my label like that. We'll bring in those dimensionals again. And I'll cut off any excess that I don't want. Okay. There we go. Now we'll start. I'm actually going to cut my stem of this one off because I don't want it to show through on the bottom. And I'm just going to add dimensionals to the top part. And we'll bring in our green one. Once again, I'm just kind of doing this outer part and putting liquid glue glue on the bottom to adhere the bottom down. Like that. Now I'm going to put my label on and then tuck my maple leaf in. Karen, you don't make many Halloween. I used to make a ton of them and then I kind of cut back, but I think this year we have all this cute Halloween stuff. I think I'm gonna send some Halloween cards out this year to all the little kids, even the tweens that I have in my life. Teens and tweens, I should say. I'll probably stick them in my kids' lunch boxes this year with a little treat. Joanne, you make a few cards too? Okay, good to know. I think next, well, no, I made a Halloween card already for September. I'm trying to think if that's part of the Morning Create classes one. One of those. I'm trying to think. I didn't make too many Halloween because it didn't seem like many people do that, but we definitely will be doing more in October with the Halloween kit because it's so cool. Now we have these gold gems that we're going to use, and we'll just pop a few of these on. They have a little bit of sparkle in them, so that's nice. And we're actually going to use this pack on all of the rest of the cards. So what do you guys think? I love this card. Super easy technique, but just, you know, a different way to use your stamps. Okay, so card number 2 done. Clean up a little bit. It's crazy how fast you can make a mess when stamping. That is for sure. All of a sudden, everything is exploding in my house when I stamp. Joanne, you love this? Awesome. I love to hear that. Karen, do you have anything that I could make for my demonstration for the Fall Escape? Okay, next card. I'm saving the best for last. I think the last card you guys are going to absolutely love, love, love. Okay. We're going to do baby wipes technique with this card. And we're using Wild Wheat, Pretty Peacock, and Moody Mauve, which is a color combination I have fallen in love with. Okay, so our baby wipes technique, we need a baby wipe. So we're gonna bring a baby wipe in, and we need re-inkers. Now, if you don't have a re-inker, that's okay. You can use your ink pad, and I'll show you. I did not get Wild Wheat for my re-inkers because when I saw Wild Wheat come out, I was like, I don't like that color. Any of you who are moms and grandmas, you all know exactly what I'm talking about, what Wild Wheat looks like. Well, it has become my favorite fall color, especially with this Pretty Peacock and Moody Mauve. We have the Wildly Flowering DSP, and that started it for me. That became my love of Wild Wheat. So what I did, I don't have the Wild Wheat inker. So, oh, I thought I pressed hard enough. If you press hard enough on your ink pad, you can transfer ink to the top here. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to pick up 2 spots of ink, maybe 3. Like that. Okay. We are using our maple leaf for this card. So we have Wild Wheat here. Now, you would normally do this with your re-inkers, but because I didn't have it, you can also pick up ink that way. Now I'm going to bring in my re-inker, and I'm just going to kind of randomly place the ink on my baby wipe. So we actually did Lost Lagoon, and now we're adding Pretty Peacock. Now we have a piece of vanilla in here. One is smaller than the other. You want the smaller one. Here's our stamp, and we are going to stamp up our image and randomly stamp it onto our card. And you get a multiple colors on one stamp. So it looks like truly a fall leaf. And then I just re-ink it up kind of in the same area. I should have probably made my inking area a little bit bigger. So that I still have all three colors together versus mixing them up. And this is how you make your very own ink pad. Oops, I got that one a little close, but that's okay. So there we go. We've created our own DSP. We've created our own ink pad. So how fun. Oh, let's stamp our inside right away while we're at it. So I did this one. I stamped everything different this time than what I normally would. Giving you guys more options. And I'll just put this down here in the corner. Okay, now I can clean off my stamp. And then we can just take this and throw it away. And the nice thing about our glass mat is we can just wipe it off and continue on with no staining. It just wipes right off, which is great. Okay, so we have the front of our card done. We have the inside of our card to stamp yet. And we're gonna do the opposite of what we did with the other card. So we have happy birthday on the outside, but you are amazing on the inside. And we're going to use Moody Mauve. Donna, you are so right. She's saying that if you stamp it on wild wheat, on vanilla, it looks like gold. And it is true. It looks like gold. So pretty. So we have You Are Amazing. And since we have this open, we'll bring out our happy birthday. Mary Ellen, good morning. You love this set also. I know, I can't play enough with this fall set. There's so many different things that you can do with this set. So I have a little vanilla label. We'll bring in our happy birthday. There we go. Oh my goodness, Karen, you've never done this technique. That surprises me. Now you know what to do. That's the first thing you're going to have to do when you break open your new bundle when you get it. It's such a fun technique. And if you ever have a dried out, let's say you had a pad that went bad, but you got the re-inker, all you have to do is pull a baby wipe out and you can make another pad for yourself. So just because your pad is bad, don't throw away your re-inker because you can use it again. Okay, So now the rest of this is simple. We're going to bring in a piece of wild wheat. There's that wild wheat again. I'm telling you guys, I love it. Adhere it to our, our DSP that we created. Here, we'll adhere our inside of our card. Okay, now we have this beautiful, pretty peacock and gold ribbon, perfect for this card. I'm gonna wrap this around. I'm not doing it quite in the center. I'm doing it, you know, like 3/4 of the way down or so. We'll adhere this to the front of our card. And always make sure that when you put the top on, you put it the correct way so that when your card opens, it all opens the correct way. I know I have done it many times where I have done things backwards. Okay, so we have our happy birthday label all together. We have a maple leaf that we cut out. And I don't know about all of you, but we have these wonderful gold leaves in the catalog. I've used them so much. Put them on with some glue dots. They're a beautiful accent on your card. Let's see, we need a little wink of Stella here. And I'm going to do my label. Okay. So, we're going to put our label on first, and then I like to tuck things into it. And did you know these leaves, you can, if you don't like the gold color or the wild, it kind of looks like wild wheat, but it has shimmer. It's actually gold. You can color these too. So if you didn't want them to be gold, take one of your blends and color over the top of them. They're gorgeous. So we're going to put our label there. We're actually going to take our leaves here and we're just going to tear them apart like this. So here's our leaf there. We'll bring in our glue dots. Uh-oh, I'm stuck. I'm adding glue dots to my stamp case over here. I don't know what I did over here. So then I like to just tuck things in. And the reason I do that is because I want to make sure that my focal piece, which what I feel like is that larger leaf, gets in there, and then I'll work everything around it. So then, and then these come in different sizes. So they come in larger and then a little bit smaller, and some have, so it's kind of just a mesh netting, but some of them actually have like texture to them, leaves. They have veining of the leaves on there. So there we go. Now we just need to add our bow. And of course, some gems. So there we go. Card number 3, done. So who's gonna do a baby wipes technique? There's so many color combinations that you could use to do this card. Now, I've saved the best for last, I think. I feel like. I've never done this technique. This is the first time that I have done this technique, and it is called the Joseph's Coat. And here is our card. Are you guys ready? Da, 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 da. Here we go. If you don't like fall leaves, you will love fall leaves now. So we made kind of an ombre leaf color, and then we added a few of those gold leaves in there. So let's get started. Okay, so first thing that we are going to do, I don't know what this piece was for. Okay, this is our outside piece. Karen, you're gonna do it? Yes. We're gonna bring in our crushed curry. Crushed curry, pumpkin pie, cherry cobbler, and blackberry bliss. One second. I'm gonna move things around a little bit. Okay. I gotta make room. Peel this off, peel off this big stamp carefully so you don't rip it like I did. And I'm actually going to put this, I forget, does this fit on this block? This is a really big stamp, so it does just fit. You might not have the stem, but that's okay. So this is the, I have it covered up, E block, I believe. Okay, I'm so excited, guys. So first we're gonna take our blending brushes. So we've got our yellow. Gonna make sure that I don't have anything left over on here. We're gonna do some ink blending. Now, your ink blending does not need to be perfect with this because we're gonna cover it up, so it doesn't really matter. So if you got dark spots, light spots, it's okay. If your brush makes a mark on here, that's okay. But I definitely wanna give it some good color because I want it to come through really, really well. Okay, so we got crushed curry. going to bring in our pumpkin pie. Make sure I don't have any clips of coral on here. And then we're just going to go down the row, blend them a little bit. But it's okay if you've got a line, because you're not going to see these lines. Okay, so now we've done our orange, we've done our yellow. We're going to bring in our cherry cobbler. And I'm actually going to take, I have a piece of paper towel here, and I'm going to put that over here so that my hands hopefully don't get too inked up. Try not to make a mess. How's that sound? Okay, and our final color is going to be Blackberry Bliss. See how I got this it's kind of splotchy here? I just took the brush and I put it on there. That's okay. Do not worry about that. So the next thing you want to do is you want to make sure that this ink is dry and then it's set in. Okay, so I'm going to take my heat tool and I'm going to dry this. How many of you have done this technique before? Anybody done the Joseph coat technique? I have never done it. I was so excited to do this technique. I always wanted to do it, but for some reason I just never did. Okay, I think that's dry now. Now we are going to take our embossing buddy. You're going to need your embossing buddy, and you're going to need clear embossing powder. And your Versamark ink. Now, the reason we want to make sure that our paper is dry is if our paper is not dry, if the ink is still wet, it's going to pick up the embossing powder, and we don't want it to pick up the embossing powder, right? Okay, I'm going to start with my yellow. Now, you might find with this technique that your embossing buddy might pick up a little bit of that color. That's okay. So I'm making sure I'm kind of really tapping my embossing buddy on, because like I said, I don't want any of that powder to stick on where I stamped the leaves. So now we're going to stamp the leaves in Versamark, or just the leaf. We're using this leaf, but you could do any leaf image, you could do a flower image. There's so many different options you could do with this. I'm going to try to touch very little, just this little corner here. And you can see, it kind of gives a little bit of a watermark look, so you can kind of see where you've stamped it in order to place another one. now we're going to take our clear embossing powder and sprinkle over the top. Now I grabbed a clean sheet here because anything that's stamped over, you know, onto the pink sheet was going to pick up the powder, and we don't want that. Okay. Carefully grab it. And I'm guessing that my powder was not as dry on the bottom as I should have. So you can see the powder is a little more splotchy here. I'm going to go through and wipe that off with a paintbrush. So that's all you have to do, is just take a paintbrush and that powder will come right off. It's a little tedious, but so yeah, you want to make sure that your ink is really dry here. One of those that if you do your ink blending and then just set it aside and let it dry. Okay, put the rest of our powder in here. Okay, we'll throw that away. We will throw this away. And now we're going to heat emboss it, okay? This is where the magic starts to happen. And I don't know how much of it I'll be able to get on screen. I'm just going to hold one little corner. So I don't know if you guys can tell, it's now turning from white to clear. There we go. Let the magic happen. That's so cool. Such a neat technique. So make sure all of your powder is nice and melted. Okay, so now you can see the difference. You have that tone on tone kind of wet look, right? All right. This is where the magic happens now. This next step, you want, you need to use a dark color. So I'm using espresso, but you need a really dark color. So like espresso, black, night of navy. You need something dark for this next step. I'm once again going to bring in my paper towel, and we're going to be using a lot of ink, so make sure that your ink pad is nice and juicy. Now, one thing you could do, you could probably just run your ink pad over, but I like the look of the blended look. I know I've seen other people where they just take the ink pad and brush it over the top. I want to make sure I get in all those little grooves and stuff. So we're going to take our espresso, and we want it dark. We want to cover up all this color we just put on. So you can see the magic happening. You can kind of start to see how it picks up. And I am pretty much taking this, my espresso must not be that juicy, so I'm actually going straight on to my card here because I want this dark. And you just keep blending and blending. Okay. And then I'm going to turn around to do this end. So this kit will be available until next week, Friday, the 20th also. So both, you can get both the scrapbook kit. Oh no, this kit will be available till the 20th. Oh, did I say the scrapbook kit? That class is the 25th. So I have to change when the RSV, oh no, I'm sending that one out. So both kits, I'm ahead of myself. I'm not usually ahead of myself. So both the scrapbook kit and this kit will be $20. If you don't have a leaf set, use a floral set or any leaf set that you have. So this kit's $20 plus $6 for shipping. So please RSVP if you would like these kits by next Friday. Okay, so we've covered up our paper pretty good, but do you see the difference? We've colored all over, and you see how much bolder this card is to this card? So this is what we're gonna do. Magic, paper towel, right? I better get 2 of them. Right here, I'll split this one in half. You're gonna take your paper towel now, and you're just gonna wipe over the top of your embossed areas. And look how the brightness comes through. This is so cool. You get such a neat effect with this. There you go. What a difference. Okay, so I did that pretty well without making everything a different color. Look at that. So really cool technique. Try it out. Like I said, I've never done it before, and now was my chance, and I absolutely love how this turned out. So I thought this is a perfect card to make a sympathy card. Could be happy birthday also, but I of course never have a sympathy card when I need one, and so we made this one a sympathy. So I grabbed Heartfelt Hexagons. Has a beautiful with sympathy. We'll stamp that in the center. Okay, and we have our basic piece. We have this beautiful blackberry ribbon with little gold on the edge, and of course some more gold leaves. I have a couple different layers here. We are going to layer some blackberry onto crushed curry. And then take this piece and put it on top of our blackberry. So you could do this with any color combo. Just with blues, you could do this with greens. Oh my goodness, so many wonderful different ways to make this set. Okay, I will bring in our leaf here. I'm trying to think if I have, my heart goes out to you. It's so hard to tell sometimes until you've used a stamp. Or maybe it's my eyes. Maybe my eyes are going on me. Now we could do this card and do it this way. I think I'll do that. Just for something fun, I'll show you the card going a different direction. So we'll do that. Make sure so we're going to stamp our sentiment in espresso. And I think I'm going to take that large stamp, I'll clean it off. And I'm going to put a blackberry leaf stamped off in the corner. Kind of do it like that other one that we did with the Lost Lagoon. Okay, so I'm going to stamp off. For all my purple lovers here, here's a little purple for you. So there we go, we have that. And then we got my heart goes out to you. So put this on the inside of our card. I certainly made a mess today. I feel like I brought over every supply that I own. So adhere that to our mat. Adhere our two labels together. Sorry guys, I went off screen again. Have that. We're gonna put a little tear tape on the back to adhere our ribbon. That was probably a little bigger than what I needed, but and then we're just going to weave this back and forth. And I'll put a little bit of tear tape to hold it in place. Just take a little bit off on this side, otherwise my ribbon is actually pretty good. We'll pop up with dimensionals. So out of all the techniques we did today, what is your favorite technique? Does anyone have a favorite? I'm going to place that in the center. And then we will tuck in our leaves. And I must have not brought 4 or they fell. So I'll just put the 2 in for now. And look at that. So pretty. Using all of these beautiful fall colors. There we go. So here is card number 4. So what do you guys think? What's everyone's favorite? So here's this card done both horizontally and vertically. I lost a gem. Can be done both ways. And then we have, Karen, you like the Joseph's coat? Our baby wipes technique. Joseph's coat baby wipes technique. Just taking an aqua painter and painting over ink. And using our blending brushes to add a little ink to our die cuts that have been embossed already. So 4 completely different techniques that you can use with this set, any floral set, so many different sets that you could do this with. So I'd love to hear what your favorite is, and I would love to see you guys post on my Facebook page. So my challenge for you guys is to do one of these techniques with any stamp set that you have, leaves or flowers or anything like that. You got a background stamp you could do some of this with, and do one of these techniques. I'm going to take this video from today's live and post it over on my Facebook page. You can go on my Facebook page, and I would love for you guys to post what you create with one of these techniques. I would love to see what you guys are doing. You guys forget that we all inspire each other, so I would really love to see what you guys are doing too. I think this community thrives off of everybody else's abilities and talents and how we can see different things from a different perspective from somebody else. Like I said, my husband pointing out that DSP, he felt, well, it could be like birthday candles instead of just books. And so it's always fun to see what other people come up with and different color combinations. So post that. I would love to see what you guys are making. Otherwise, I think I'm not back until the 25th, I believe. Next week is the fall escape, so I will be here for that, and I look forward to seeing some of you for that. I haven't seen some of you in a while, and a lot of times that's the only way I've met some of you too. You know, a lot of us communicate online and things like that, so to see and actually put a face with some of your names is really great too. So I look forward to seeing those of you who can make it here to the escape, or those who will be at the Wounded Warrior event the first Saturday in October. So I hope I inspired you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I know this was a little bit longer video than normal, but I had to show you all the wonderful, great things that we have coming, and we had just so many techniques here that, I mean, I could just probably play all day with this set doing different techniques. So I hope this inspired all of you to stamp, create, get inky, and I will see you for the scrapbook class on the 25th. Remember, this kit and this scrapbook kit, I'll show you the scrapbook kit one more time. Keyword is where did I set it, right guys? Oh, right next to me. I thought I set it in the box. So this class is $20 plus $6 for shipping. Here we go. Our fall scrapbook class is $24 plus $6 for shipping. So anyways, hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy the nice weather. We still have some nice summery weather happening right now. Pretty soon though, it will be fall. So thank you again. Thank you for all your support. I really appreciate it. And I will see you guys soon. Thank you.